Good morning, everybody. I'm Nikki Stanzione.
Good morning. I'm Kristen Van Dyke.
And this is New Mexico Style. New sound effect I just created, apparently. Yeah. How was your weekend?
It was great. It was a good weekend. Went mountain biking, watched some storms, saw the rain, enjoyed the cooler temperature.
Yeah, nice mix.
Awesome weekend.
It was a good balance. I found a lot of balance in my weekend. I was a little productive, I relaxed a little, and I had some fun. I think that's the way to do it. Find a little balance, right?
Yeah.
I forgot to wear, I went to Wild Rose to get a July 4th outfit and forgot to wear it. So I'm wearing it today to represent my patriotism.
There's never a bad day to be patriotic.
Never. And you know what's interesting, Kristen? A friend of mine from LA is doing an article. She's a writer. And she put something on Facebook yesterday that said, you know, everybody's talking so much. I'm so proud to be American. I'm so proud to... Why? What is it about being an American that makes you so proud? And I thought about it and I thought, guys, there's so many reasons. It's hard to really come up with one. Obviously, you know, you think about our military, you think about the people that fight for our country. And then I thought, okay, if I had to put it into one statement, I think it's because the fact we're called the United States of America, and when you think about our country, that's really what we are. We are united. Whether it's chaos, whether it's a crisis, or whether it's celebration, this country unites, and that's what makes me so proud, I think, to be American.
Yeah, we always come together.
Yeah.
It seems like, no matter what, through the good stuff and the bad.
Exactly, and yeah, so I don't think it takes July 4th for us to recognize that. I think we have to keep that in mind, and of course, keep in mind the people who fight for our country and for our freedom every single day. Okay, that was my little soapbox for the day, but no, seriously, I think that's important to remember. And something else that I think affects us all in unity is when we lose an icon, whether it be a political figure, a sports figure, a Hollywood figure, and now another Hollywood icon has died, and it's so sad. I've actually interviewed him. He's an amazing man, Oscar winner actor Ernest Borgnine, known for his roles in The Wild Bunch, and Marty passed away yesterday of renal failure, and he was 95 years old.
So, I mean, he got up there in age, but you still hate to see it and hate to hear it. The legendary actor won, of course, the Best Actor Academy Award in 1955 for his role as a lovesick butcher in Marty. Borgnine also receiving the Screen Actors Guild Lifetime Achievement Honor just last year. Yeah,
and a lot of you may remember he's very famous for his role as a maverick World War II patrol boat skipper in the popular 1960s comedy McHale's Navy. That's one of his best-known roles, of course, and like I said, he was 95 years old, lived a long life, and you know what, they've been talking about him a lot this morning on the news, and everyone's saying this man worked all the way up until his death this weekend.
Well, you know, just like a couple years ago, SpongeBob SquarePants, you know, he did the voice of Mermaid Man for a couple of years.
Yeah,
so,
you're right.
you know, I think he did a lot of voiceovers, or several of them, in some of the cartoon show movie stuff. So he did. He kept working all the way till the end.
And such a happily married man. I mean, he was married for many, many years. Just a good man all around. And I love to see people, you know, they don't slow down. And I understand, you know, your body slows down, but, you know, obviously, life takes its toll, but that said, if you can live with spirit and a good attitude as long as you possibly can, just do it. Don't say, well, you know, I'm 70, I'm 80, I'm 90, it's time to stop. Keep going. If you can keep going, because people like Betty White, people like Ernest Borgnine, they are perfect examples of how life doesn't have to stop because of age. So, you know, prayers, of course, to his family and friends, and we're glad we have his legend to look back on.
Yes.
And a woman who's a legend in the making. Let's check in with our KRQE News 13 anchor, Elizabeth Alvarez, with this morning's headlines. Did you like that?
I love your intros sometimes, Nikki. They're just so out there. But hey, I'll eat it up while I can.
Eat it up.
Good morning to you, ladies. Good morning to you at home. We begin this morning talking about kind of a disturbing story here. A grandmother in Albuquerque is waking up in jail this morning after investigators say she was drunk while watching her grandkids. They say this woman right here, Jeanette Sanchez, was very drunk when they found her babysitting her 8- and 10-year-old grandkids on Friday. In fact, when sheriff deputies were talking with Sanchez inside her apartment, they say right then and there she opened up another can of beer and tried to drink it. Sanchez is still in jail on a $2,500 bond. The man, police say, had been robbing local pharmacies in the Albuquerque area and demanding pills, is now in jail. Police arrested Daniel Freeman on Friday. He's now charged with armed robbery and assault with intent to commit a felony. Investigators say Freeman went to 2 different Walgreens stores and an Albertsons last month, and each time they say he threatened the pharmacists and demanded Xanax and oxycodone. Freeman is still in jail this morning on a $75,000 bond. Well, another man is out of jail this morning in Albuquerque, accused of using an elderly woman's checking account to pay his cable and phone bills. Robert Lopez is charged with fraud, forgery, conspiracy, and identity theft. Investigators say his wife works at this assisted living facility on Lomas near northeast Albuquerque. That's where they say that Robert actually committed these crimes and that he used an elderly woman's bank account to make hundreds of dollars of payments to Comcast and Verizon. Yesterday, Robert's wife happened to be in court for his arraignment. The judge actually warned her that she too could be in trouble. This morning, funeral arrangements are being set for a New Mexico couple killed on Lake Powell in Utah over the weekend. Investigators say Russell and Wendy Gallegos were on a personal watercraft. Their 15-year-old daughter was on another watercraft on Saturday when she crashed into her parents. The couple died. The daughter survived. All of them are from Fairview here in New Mexico. Investigators do not think that drugs or alcohol were involved in this tragic accident. All right, well, if you are waking up this morning and find your computer isn't working, you might be the victim of a bad computer virus. Everyone is talking about this morning. Thousands of people around the country whose computers were infected with malicious software more than a year ago faced the possibility of not being able to get online this morning. You see, just after midnight, the FBI shut down the internet servers that were actually set up to keep infected computers online. Now, if your screen is dark, at this point, you'll need to call your service provider to get back online. And if you can get to a working computer, you can also head to our website, krqe.com. We have more information on our website on how to fix your computer at this point. Well, we all know that our pets hold a special place in our hearts. And this morning, one family is devastated after its somewhat unusual pet was stolen. Abby Jacoby's home in Albuquerque got broken into last week. Now, whoever did it didn't go after jewelry or money, but rather Iggy, an iguana that's been part of the family for years. That's it right there. Abby's checked with pet shops to see if someone sold Iggy. She's even gone around her neighborhood looking for Iggy's tail because iguanas will lose their tails if you don't hold them right away. But Abby hasn't had any luck, so she's had to make the heartbreaking call to her husband, who happens to be in Georgia right now training in the military. The Jacobys are now offering a $100 reward if you can help find them their iguana. Sad there. Hopefully Iggy's okay, and hopefully someone comes through and helps them find their precious iguana. That wraps it up for your morning headlines. Be sure to catch Matt Morrow, Kristen Van Dyke, and me every weekday morning on KRQE News 13 beginning at 4:30 a.m. Ladies, gonna send it back to you.
Thanks, Elizabeth. I need to check my computer when I get home today. I didn't even think of it.
And you know what? I didn't do it. Kristen and I were talking about this earlier. I didn't do it. Both of us didn't do it, right? Yesterday?
Nope.
Yeah. So when we get home, we got to crank up that computer to see if it's even working. If not,
I'm scared of what I'm gonna see.
I know. Well, I'll hope for the best.
The good thing is that you can fix it.
It's fixable, exactly. Yeah. Thank you so much, Elizabeth. We'll all check on that. We appreciate the information. And here's some other information that might be very interesting to you. A new medical center in Rio Rancho will begin serving patients today.
Right, and as News 13's Crystal Gutierrez reports, the benefits stretch far beyond the city limits.
It carries a whopping price tag of $143 million. But for Rio Rancho residents, a second hospital in their backyard is priceless.
It's a lot closer. A lot of people don't want to drive away from Rio Rancho.
How close do you live?
Like, what,
no more than 10 minutes away.
The 72-bed UNM Sandoval Regional Medical Center offers just about everything: family medicine, women's services, cardiology, even general surgery. Emergencies, no more driving 40 minutes to Albuquerque.
Even though we are not designated as a level 1 trauma center, we are fully capable of taking any kind of critical patient that comes through the door here at Sandoval.
Hospital officials say they will pursue level 3 trauma, a first for that area. Another first, an ICU with high-tech beds that close the language gap between medical staff and patients.
We'll do squeeze my hand in Korean.
And advanced technology trickles into the OR. Hysterectomy and kidney surgeries are done with the Da Vinci robot.
Because it enhances what the surgeon can actually see, it cuts down on any kind of trauma, extra trauma to the tissue, it reduces bleeding.
And it means a quicker recovery.
Hey, how are you?
Now, there are also firsts for the state.
And we're the only provider in New Mexico that actually has not just one, but 2 CTs that actually provide low-dose technology.
That decreases patients' exposure to radiation during a CT scan, something medical staff says every New Mexican can benefit from. Crystal Gutierrez, KRQE News 13.
And this is Rio Rancho's second new hospital in less than a year, and we were just informed by our KRQE News authorities that it is not open for patients today. So we will keep them posted when it is.
And of course, Presbyterian opened the city's first hospital late last year. So, but you know, you always like to see the technology improving.
Definitely, I think it's great. Yeah, and we will keep you posted when that first day will be. In the meantime, it felt really nice. I got a nice little summer breeze when I walked out this morning. It felt so good. Is it going to stay like that?
It is going to be breezy today, and then just downright windy probably tonight through the overnight hours. There's a front coming through, so the active weather pattern continues. This is a little bit different than what we saw last week. We had the over the weekend more of that monsoonal moisture where you get the thunderstorms in the afternoon, then everything kind of dies out at night. Well, this one's a little different. There's a front coming through, so we're going to have to watch for storms for us primarily this evening and overnight. Thunderstorms too, with the winds moving in. So, but at least
I like sleeping in the rain.
Hopefully, you know. So we certainly still could use it, but we're going to see a lot of it across northeastern New Mexico. Let's go ahead and take a look at the weather.